All right, been hemming and hawing about this all night. Didn't get a whole lot of feedback on the video, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut a notch. I'm not gonna go all the way through. Just do a relief cut, leave it a little bit here so that I can bend it up. And without, changing the geometry too much or the length, but we'll verify all the measurements. I'll do one, see how it looks, and come back, and if everything's good, we'll do the other. Okay, here we go. I've cut it, I've notched it, I've beveled it. Provide room for welding. I might just sand a little bit of this paint off too to keep myself from paying the price later. But that should be a good start right there. We'll see what we get. All right, so I've moved this forward about 1/4 of an inch in relationship to a reference point up here. Looking at this now, I think I could do a better job if I cut this off completely and just get more out of it that way. Then I can lower this down a little bit, sink it in closer, and have my angle right. I'm gonna close it up one more time and see if that is the case. Now, I think I need to leave it like this. This is the right way. One thing I do need to do is I need to grind off this heel a little bit in here. So when this is folded up, this can come more forward. The surface here is supposed to be clocked around about 45 degrees more. So that's as easy as literally just grinding that heel a little bit. There's plenty of room to do it when it's open. Just grind that in there and that should fall right into it. We will see. Okay, there it is. Took far more time to figure it out and whine about it than it did to fix it. So, looks pretty good. I'm gonna grind that up, get it in paint, let it dry, and then fit it back on the car. I think I'm good to go. Or as good as I'm gonna get with it. Okay, there it is. Sorted. I'm gonna close this up, measure it, and see what we get. Okay, there it is. That works out now to 4 7/8. It's not quite the 4 1/8, but it's certainly better than 6 3/4. So I feel like I'm as good as I'm going to get with this. I'm going to go ahead and modify the other one now. Get this one in paint probably first, and then modify the other. Get it done. I think this will work fine though. This will make this usable. All right, this is the second one reworked. What I did notice on this one though, this edge was a little higher. This had to be worked down a little bit. It's sheet metal, you can understand that's probably not their highest tolerance point. But this edge here was a little wonky, so was this one. I did build this out a little bit more, because it got a little narrow down in here, so I just built it out with some weld. And yeah, I think I'm ready to go. Should be good. I tested it out. It matches the other one exactly, 4 7/8. So everything should be able to collapse properly now. We'll see. But I'm gonna get this in paint and we'll move on to doing some other parts of this install. Okay, so while the frames are drying over there on the rack, I start working on the tack strips. I've got the bottom tack strip, which is the 5/8 by 3/16. That's not always clear in a lot of places. So I wanted to make sure that was clear. Now, however, and basically what you do is you put down some, I put down some weather strip adhesive underneath, and then I push it in and just roll these little tabs over, and that's all you need to do. Now, the other side, this is again not clear, but I believe this needs to be the 5/16 tack strip because the 5/8 will not fit in this groove. The 1/2 inch, however, does, and it's a little thicker. So, again, unclear from any of the instructions that I've seen, but I believe this needs to be the 1/2 inch by 5/16, not 5/8 by 3/16. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, so next step, this is the 1/2 inch by 5/16, which fits in here. I just pre-drilled some countersunk holes, then pre-drilled the holes down into the sheet metal. Now I'm just going to hit it with some of this weather strip adhesive and put it together. And I'm going to do that, repeat that for both sides. That's pretty straightforward. Okay, and the last thing it's needed is this little bit of windlace just gets pushed over the pinch weld on the head of the front of the header bow. I guess it's the inside edge of the header bow. So that header bow is now ready. I've just left a couple of clamps on it briefly to hold the ends where I glued down below. Hopefully that will stay and be good. So yeah, there you go. I'm just going to take my hammer and flatten out some of these tabs a little bit more, and that'll be that for this piece. All right, so now I'm moving on to the middle bow, or the second bow. This has a little metal insert that wraps around a loop on the top. I've taken the one out of my old bow, and it's interesting. I kind of thought there might be a slip nut or something in here, but there isn't. They literally just run the screw up through the fabric and into this channel. So that screw just grabs that, and that's all it is. So I've just got to verify that those screws fit this new channel just fine. If they don't, I'm going to have to rework that somehow, get some different screws. It doesn't look like they do. I guess it does grab a little bit. Not a whole lot, but I don't think it needs to have a whole heck of a lot in there. So you'll also notice there's some tack strip down around the edges here. Those coincide with where the mounting points are, so the mounts kind of come up through there. Not exactly sure how they're mounted on there. They must be glued or something. I got to take a look at that. Maybe they're just swedged in there. I don't know. But I've got to put some tack strip in here up until the marks I made. I just centered this up with a center mark like that, and then marked where I wanted to stop with my tack strip. Basically that's it. So let me see what I can do. Okay, so that's all set. After messing around with it for a bit, I found that you want to press in 2 pieces of the 5/16 material side by side, just like the rear hoop. I've got those pressed in. I still need to drill out the holes for the attachment screws, but I'm going to wait until the glue is dry, and I want to even up this end here. I get it a little bit offset, so I'll just take a knife, sharp knife, and get in there and even that up. So this is good. I'm going to set this aside for a bit, let that glue dry. By the time I'm get back to it, that'll be ready to go. Now, rear hoop is next. Let's see what we got to do for that. Okay, so the rear hoop is the same way. You have to take 2 of the 5/16 by 1/2 strips and put them in there side by side. With some adhesive, everything, it should hold fine. So I'm going to start working this up, and I'll bring you back when I've got you something to see. Okay, so these went in considerably easier. I just glued them in with some adhesive again. I think I will take on the back side and drill some holes and run some just some flathead screws on up in from the back side, just to make sure everything's held together super well. You don't want any of this coming loose. It will just be a mess. So yeah, I'm going to wait till the adhesive dries to do that, but I will do it, and we will go from there. I think that's going to work just fine. That's about it for tack strips, other than the screwing of this one. And I got some work to do on the other. So that's about it for that. I got to check my paint over there if it's, I can start putting my pistons back in my brackets and getting my bushings sorted out again. So let's do that. Okay, we're much, much better. I slipped these in. That one still goes down in the rear a little more than this one. Not really sure what it's hitting either, but it's hitting something. But this one's dead stopped right there. But either way, that is totally fine. And I think once all the bows are on it, they'll both go down the same amount, and that'll be that. So that's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with that. That modification worked. Like I said, that one's just a hair lower in the back than it's supposed to be, I think. Or maybe this one's a hair higher. I don't know, but it's probably a ½ an inch difference right now. Maybe more, I don't know. But anyway, gonna move on, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. Maybe plumb up, put the pump in, plumb that up so it's right, or put the header bow on. Either way, it's probably gonna be a different episode because kind of wrung out here. This has been quite a little endeavor, but it looks good now. Pretty happy with that. The boot will fit that nicely. I don't think that's gonna be much trouble at all. It's pretty level with the top. So yeah, we'll move on from there. That one is actually a little too far in now compared to what it was. It was too far out before, but now it's just a little too far in. So I'm probably gonna have to tweak this a little bit to make that all happy. But there's a lot of adjustment here. I just gotta figure out how to do it. So all that stuff. So anyway, this here is like right here, it's actually contacting, which will cause problems. So we don't want that. Anyway, we'll get to the final tweak of that later. But like I said, this one, yeah, it'll probably sit like this when it's tied together with the other side, which is fine. Much better than it was. Anyway, so that's the mod you have to do. Again, this is an OER new top frame. I wish I had an original power frame, but I don't. So this will work. It seems to go up and down fine. I've got to put the header bow on now and start to tie it into the front. So again, that will probably be the next episode when we start tying the two sides together and engaging with the front header. So with the windshield header. So for right now, I'm pretty happy with that. We're gonna go from there. Yeah, so if you look right down here, just a little recap, that's beautiful. That's good. Yeah, so like I said before, I'm gonna end this video here. I wanna thank everybody for their comments, especially Louie at First Generation Garage for answering the bat signal yesterday, AKA L&L Pontiac. But yeah, you know, it's through help from the community and the Firebird community and the guys out there that have become good friends over the last couple of years. So it's, you know, without them, I don't know how I would have got through this. But anyway, top is ready to continue assembly now, and I should be able to get that all fitted up and ready to rock soon. So stay tuned.